Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see on the screen, we're going to be discussing the Gigantamax Kingler debuting on Pokemon GO. All the information you need to know about the event and also the shiny odds, as well as what counters to use, and also how good is Gigantamax Kingler going to be going forward on Pokemon GO. So all that to discuss. First of all, let's read the information on the in-game news and see what the event is all about. So, of course, Gigantamax Kingler Max Battle Day is tomorrow, February the 1st, from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. local time. Gigantamax Kingler will make its Pokemon GO debut. The max particle limit will be increased from the normal 800 max particles per day to 1,600, meaning that you can do 2 max battles for free tomorrow. But if you save your max particles from Friday, then you'll be able to do 3 Gigantamax Kingler battles for free tomorrow. Now, all power spots will host Gigantamax battles, and those power spots will refresh more frequently. Now, when it says more frequently, they will have 30-minute timers on those Gigantamax battles, meaning each power spot will spawn 6 Gigantamax Kinglers in the 3-hour time frame. So hopefully you'll be able to do loads of Gigantamax Kinglers, even if you do live in a bit of a remote area. Hopefully you'll still be able to do quite a few Gigantamax Kinglers tomorrow. Now, 8 times the max particles from power spots. So instead of walking around trying to collect max particles in between the Gigantamax Kingler battles, you can collect 8 times from each one. So that's 800 max particles per power spot that you interact with, meaning you don't have to walk around in between each battle. You can just head over to the next one, collect the ones, and then enter the lobby. So really useful feature. We introduced that during Gigantamax Lapras, and it saved a lot of communities a lot of time having to work out who'd got max particles, which amount, how many people were going to walk off and trying to collect some, and so on and so on. It saves a lot of time, meaning that you can just head over to the next power spot and just jump straight into the lobby. Really good feature that we added. So the event ticket as well, there is a $4.99 event ticket, or your local currency, $4.99 in this item shop. And what that will give you is it will increase that max particle limit, the one that's already been increased from 800 to 1,600. It'll be increased even further to 5,600, meaning that you'll be able to do 7 Gigantamax max battles tomorrow, or 8 if you save the ones from Friday. Now, 2 times XP as well from max battles means normally on these Gigantamax battle days, or these Gigantamax battles, we'll get 25,000 XP per Gigantamax battle. If you then double that because you brought the ticket, you get 50,000. Put a lucky egg on, double it again, it will be 100,000. And then at the end of each Gigantamax battle, you'll be able to upgrade your rewards using 200 Pokecoins, meaning that you could get up to 200,000 XP per Gigantamax Kingler tomorrow. A lot of XP on offer. So if you are interested in XP, that is a lot of XP to be able to get your hands on in this 3-hour event tomorrow. Now, the XP-wise, there will also be 25,000 XP on offer during this special research that is handed out for event ticket holders only. And there'll also be a Max Mushroom on offer. Now, Max Mushrooms will double the amount of damage that your Pokemon do during Dynamax or Gigantamax battles. Obviously, they only last for 30 minutes, similar to an Incense or a Lucky Egg. But those Max Mushroom features or items will benefit if you're trying to solo the Dynamax legendaries. That's how a lot of people have managed to solo Dynamax Zapdos and Articuno so far, is they've had to use Max Mushrooms, meaning that their Pokemon do double the amount of damage, and therefore you can solo those legendary Dynamaxes if you want that sort of challenge. Of course, tomorrow you don't have to use those Max Mushrooms if your community size is enough. Now, when I say is enough, hopefully 8 trainers or more should be able to take down this Gigantamax Kingler without using Max Mushrooms. 8 if you've got all decent counters. 12 would probably be the recommended amount, or at least the required amount if you've got half decent decent counters. So if you're amongst a community or with a group of friends that some of you have managed to power stuff up, some of you quite haven't, then hopefully around about 12 or above should be enough to take down Gigantamax Kingler. Now, in terms of counter-wise, let's go ahead and see what the counters are for Gigantamax Kingler. Now, we'll switch over to this information graphic. This information graphic is brought to us by Fireblaze. You can go find him on X, or formerly known as Twitter. Really, really good at creating these information graphics, especially for these battle days and the raid days. Really, really super useful. I use them a lot in my community, so make sure to go check him out. Big shout out to Fireblaze. Now, as you can see on this Gigantamax Kingler information graphic, it's 1 in 64 for a shiny odds, which Fireblaze has put on here. I'm hoping that's more like 1 in 20, with it being a max battle day, similar to the raid days that we have 1 in 10 shiny odds during a normal raid day. I'm hoping that the Gigantamax raid, or the Gigantamax battle day, should I say, I'm hoping the shiny odds are around about 1 in 20 instead of a 1 in 64 detailed on this graphic. Now, as you can also see on here, 1616 is a Hundo CP, so hopefully you get somewhere near that. A Hundo Gigantamax Kingler is going to put you in very good stead for some Dynamax battles coming up, which we'll mention in just a moment. Now, recommended counters for this are on the screen here. Gigantamax and Dynamax Venusaur both feature on here, so if you've got one of those, try and power it up and give it the right moveset, which is also detailed on here. Gigantamax Toxicity and Dynamax Toxicity are also featured. Really good attackers to use against the water type of Gigantamax Kingler, so definitely keep an eye out, or see if you've got any of those in your storage to power up those going into tomorrow's Gigantamax battle day. Rillaboom as a Dynamax option is also a decent option as a grass type to use against a water type of Kingler. And Dynamax Zapdos, hopefully you've managed to get one of those during this week, since it's been released on the Max Mondays and the Dynamax Power Spots all this week. So those are the attacking options of the counters. Other good options in terms of using for a tank, and what I mean by when I say tank is the Pokemon that you use to charge up the max meter. So they're the Pokemon that you want to lead with. I normally have 2 Pokemon that charge up the max meter, and then 1 that I switch into. So if I check out what counters I've got set up for Gigantamax Kingler tomorrow, you'll be able to see what I've gone with. So here on the party, I've set myself up a party down at the bottom. Huge Crab. We've got Blastoise, Gigantamax Blastoise running at first, so that is going to be a really good tank to use to just charge up at max meter. And an important thing to just mention as well, when you are using a Pokemon to charge up a max meter, don't use a charge move on that Pokemon. Don't keep tapping the charge move down at the bottom in the middle. That will not add to any of the max meter. It will only waste more time, as your Pokemon will start doing the animation for the charge move that it's throwing out. None of that time where it's doing that, it will be actually putting anything into the max meter. So just keep tapping on the screen and using the fast move of your tank Pokemon, of your Pokemon that you're going to use to charge up at max meter, and the max meter will charge up a lot quicker if you do that. So Blastoise, Gigantamax Blastoise is going to be my first choice. That is a very good tank. You could also use Gigantamax Lapras as well, the same typing as Kingler, of course, water type, both Blastoise and Lapras. That will be also a good tank. You could also use the grass types of Venusaur as well, Dynamax or Gigantamax as a tank as well. Both good options. And then Metagross is also a very good option. Dynamax Metagross gets mentioned so many times in these Gigantamax and Dynamax battle days. Really, really good all-rounder. Metagross with Zen Headbutt as a fast move is going to be a really, really good tank for this Gigantamax Kingler tomorrow. And then I've got my attacker set as the level 50 Gigantamax 98 Lucky Toxicity. So Gigantamax Toxicity is going to be one of the best counters for this. Hopefully you've got them saved already or powered up as well. This Gigantamax, you can see here, is actually down as a 98 Lucky, and we have already, well, it's 98 Lucky with a background, which is super, super cool. And we've already made its max move all the way up to max. The max guard is at level 2 and the max spirit is at level 2 as well. So I can shield myself or heal the people in my lobby as well. So really, really good all-rounder. Hopefully you've got a Pokemon of similar stance to that. Now, if you haven't got anything decent on those counters, on the counter list that I showed you before, or on the lobby that I've set up already. If you haven't got any of those already, hopefully you can get with a team or with enough people in your community where you can hopefully make an input. Keep cheering as well. If you do faint out, make sure to keep cheering your team. That will add to the max meter and be able to, and will allow other people to be able to Dynamax or Gigantamax quicker. That makes a huge difference in these Gigantamax battles. Now, going forward, Gigantamax Kingler is going to be very, very useful for the Dynamax Moltres that gets released on Max Monday. So Monday, the 3rd of February, we'll see another Dynamax Legendary Bird. During that Legendary Flight event, we'll be discussing that on another video coming up on my channel very soon. But Dynamax Moltres will be released on Monday, and one of the top counters for that is going to be Gigantamax Kingler. So instantly, after its release, Gigantamax Kingler will become very, very useful in the game. So hopefully you manage to get a decent one tomorrow during the Max Battle Day. If not, hopefully you get a shiny one. And also, don't forget, if you don't get a decent Gigantamax Kingler, we are during the Lunar New Year event as well. Increased chance of lucky friends. If you do get a lucky friend, you might be able to do a Gigantamax Kingler like for like and get a better one that way. So hopefully this information video has been useful to you. Hopefully it's helped you build your squads up and get prepared for the Max Battle Day tomorrow. And if you like the video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel as well, turn on that notification bell, and make sure to drop a comment down below as well on what your squads are going to be for tomorrow's Gigantamax Kingler Battle Day. Thanks very much for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.